Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome into another episode of Utherverse Live here on X. I am your host, Other Jake, here with founder and creator of Utherverse, Brian Shuster. How you doing, Brian?
Hi, Jake. I'm doing all right. Um, a little exhausted from the week I've been having with meetings early in the morning, late at night, overseas. Uh, but wow, what a week! What progress! How about you? How you doing?
Doing great, doing great. Not as tired as you. I know that there's been a lot going on, but
I say I'm tired, but the truth is I'm really energized. So who needs sleep?
you're jacked up. Yeah, yeah, man. Based on what the downloads I've been getting from you all week, this is going to be a very big space, everybody. Got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah. I mean, lots of stuff that I'm excited to talk about, lots of stuff that I wish I could talk about. Maybe I'll sort of hint about it. Um, but wow, do we have stuff lining up. So it is an exciting space. I'm glad everyone is able to make it. And let's get a bunch more people in here.
Absolutely. Yep. So just to do a little bit of housekeeping, ladies and gentlemen, if it's your first time listening in, please, if you would like to qualify for our three giveaways in this space today, there's a few things you got to do. First thing is you got to like this space, comment three friends, so tag three friends in this space, reshare it, and be make sure you're following Otherverse, and that qualifies you for the earnings, the potential prizes today.
You know, Jake,
Um,
I'm a stickler for precision. Um, Tag three friends about this space, not in this space. Don't tag friends that are already in the space, huh?
oh, sure, okay, yeah. I guess I mean, to be honest, that'll be very hard to verify.
Oh yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, people, if you can find friends that are not already listening, let's get some more people in here. Yeah.
yes,
No,
fair
very
enough.
good. And you know what? We also changed some stuff this week. So
That's
every
right.
week we do 2x multipliers. And what we're gonna do this week, and we're gonna, it's been getting the 2x multiplier has been becoming exponentially harder to track as these spaces grow. So if you're just listening for the first time, there's a potential to win a 2x multiplier, and it's changing right now. So if you're listening and you get called and you have $ Uther UTHR in your bio, you will automatically qualify for a 2x multiplier. So everyone right now, while you're listening, go ahead and add to your bio $UTHR. That'll automatically qualify you for a 2x multiplier in your prize if you win in the space today.
Yeah. So for winners, we'll double the prize, if you've got that in your bio. And Jake and I had this discussion this week where we're now getting so many people in the space that we're not even seeing the complete list of all the people that were listening. So it's become a challenge to verify that somebody qualified for the 2x multiplier. So this is a little change, but I think it's a great one.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know
So,
what I think would also be a great change while we're on the housekeeping?
yeah,
Uh, I don't know. I don't know who picks the holding music.
I know,
But
right? I know.
I don't know if we have any ability. But we've got so much licensed music in our library that's so good.
I usually have it on my laptop, playing for my speakers. There's only three options for
Oh,
the
okay.
for the um it's like a basically when you turn your mic off and you put the music on, there's only four options for background music.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
and I'm not at my desk at the moment, so we're making do. But next week we'll go back to our regular programmed bumper music.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of music and speaking of bumper music, that's probably the right place to start for this week because, of course, if you don't mind me jumping right in, Jake,
Please do, yeah, please do.
um, our Autumn of Music Festival begins today at 4 o'clock. That's 1 hour after this space ends. And we're kicking off the whole festival. This is 3 months where every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're featuring the top virtual DJs across the world. Um, a lot of these DJs are going to be playing the EDM, uh, and we're going to be hosting that in our raver clubs. With your glow sticks and your magic wands and juggling and hula hoops and poi and like all the festival stuff that is already in. It's being added in. Hip hop DJs. Really a range, but all the hottest celebs that are up and coming here and that are established. Um, Boy, I've been negotiating with a huge music band. They wouldn't be a DJ; they'd be a band to close out the festival with a number of bands that will be playing leading up to that. So it's really like a whole different world that we're in now compared to even just 2 weeks ago. Now that the software is fully off to the races, um, you know, uh, is supporting unlimited number of users online. We've cleared the network. We continue to optimize. I mean, there's always going to be optimizations, and of course, there's going to be new features that are adding in. But everything we've got supports massive music festival, and that's what we're doing today at 4 o'clock. We got DJ James UV, and he's going to be kicking off the festival tomorrow at 4 p.m. DJ Dark Arps playing. And then Saturday at 11 a.m., we're going to hit the European time zone so that Europeans can really don't need to stay up until the middle of the night. But it's open to everybody, of course. Cywens, spectacular DJ Cywens. And then on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we got a DJ RCA Trash. And that's just the opening weekend lineup. Next weekend, we're going to be doing the official kickoff party. So, we're going to have this weekend of events and DJs. And then next weekend, it's going to be prizes. It's going to be giveaways. There's going to be all kinds of festive activities. And we'll announce that party. We're going to be sending out massive invitations. I mean, I got 2 million invites going out for the events next weekend. And that's where I think like everybody's going to see exactly the power of Utherverse and exactly the power of our Xeon browser now that it's all dialed in. So we're gearing up to host this massive event next weekend, and then after that, I mean, the DJ is just like the lineups. I mean, just hats off to my events team, and I mean that includes so many people. I was going to start naming people, and I realized, what, I don't want to leave anybody out. I mean, but I guess I got to give a shout out to Charm. I got to give a shout out to Ken and Anna and I just that the whole all the ambassadors, all the events teams that have been pulling to get all this together. You, of course, Jake. You've
Yes,
been
thank you.
there too. And I mean, I think if you haven't experienced this kind of massive, I hate the term, but metaverse event um, next week, I mean, come this weekend, make sure you get, Club Rhythm. My current favorite club. We're adding new nightclubs. We're changing things up. We're adding new animations and we're adding new features. Soon there will be play to earn. The social center is live. And that continues to improve almost every day. With this is our social media platform on the Web 2 side. So you can start to right click people. You can see all about them, who they are, their pictures. You can follow their posts and their feeds. You got a news feed. And it's all coming together. The marriage of Web 2, with metaverse and the virtual world web, and music, of course, is universal. It just brings everybody in for a fun time. It's and the features that are going to be added. I mean, the reason why we got this going on for 3 months is because we're going to continue to add features, and this is such a great way to highlight them. Um, I almost no, I'm not. I'll save it for a future space. because it's not live yet, but as the event system for the end users go into place and the play to earn goes into place here over the next few weeks, the way that this is going to work to be giving prizes and giving play to earn and giving constant treasure hunt like um, uh, uh, rewards. I think it will become apparent to everybody, and I'm excited that you're all listening to the space so that you keep an eye out for it. It will become apparent to everybody just what metaverse, why there was all the hype, why it was projected to be a $1 trillion industry in the next couple of years. And it's all because of the stuff that we have actually solved and now is locked and loaded and is literally starting up today at 4 o'clock. So um, the patience that you've all had here watching the project, and these long periods of time where it's like it seems like nothing is happening, but really under the hood so much was happening, and now it's amazing to be able to start to reveal it to everybody. And I just don't see how this doesn't massively positively affect the token. Of course, if you're holding Uther, um, uh, you know I can't see how adding all of so I mean I should Jake, I feel like now I'm just talking
you,
nonstop.
you came to a fork in the road there.
I kind of want to explain a bit about the marketing strategy behind the music festival, but then I'm wondering if that's getting too meta um, for people. Um, so maybe I should hold on that and see what your thoughts are.
Yeah, maybe just give them a 10,000 foot view of the strategy.
Yeah. So um, I am often asked by like investors and others that don't really understand how it is that we have been so successful in our prior versions of metaverse. Like, how do you get people into the community, and how do you get them to stay? And so, from a 10,000 foot view, I would say we, of course, pioneered affiliate program. Um, and as one aspect of the marketing, we have opened the affiliate program. You can find a link to it on the front of, almost at the very top of otherverse.io. And in the affiliate program, you see that when you sign up, if you refer people over, there is a revenue share that you earn from people that you refer over. And it's a very cool affiliate program system. It's always fun to watch the statistics and see that you're making money or, making Uther, depending on how your referrals pay. But there's a second tier of this affiliate program. So anybody that you bring in, they become excited and they bring in their followers, their fans, their friends and family, and you get a royalty on that as well. So what happens with the DJs and the bands and these musicians who have followers and really are blowing up or have already blown up, um, they're presented with the opportunity to come in, and I encourage everybody to support these DJs. I mean, they're really on the cutting edge here. Recognizing that they want to become major influencers in the otherverse, and so it's they deserve our support and attendance and all of that. But of course, as they're streaming on their platform, maybe Twitch TV or YouTube, they're telling people about Otherverse. They're bringing them in to attend their shows. And as people come in to see their shows, they also see the schedule. We're doing 3 months of DJs, like 1 or 2 times a day, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So these are people who generally are going to stick around. They enjoy music. They're enjoying dancing in rhythm nightclub or rooftop, um, and uh, uh, this starts to grow the community. Grow the community. Of course, each person in the community ultimately it needs to have a wallet, needs to have Uther so that they can participate in the economy. They can participate in the play to earn aspects, um, and uh, uh, the DJs themselves we're finding are talking us up with their friends who are also in the music business, DJs, bands, and so we're starting to get the inquiries from these referrals who want to come in and play. And so, of course, this becomes viral as DJs are successful. They bring in other DJs who refer their user base, um, and so on and so on. As we connect the events system so that anybody anywhere is able to set up an event, reserve a club, um, host their own. Then it's not just music events; it's all kinds of things. Twitch streamers playing their video games for an audience, sort of esports style. Um, Share your screen and show off your TikTok to a crowd of your friends and followers and whatnot that you've invited in, and all of this system starts to build on itself, build on itself, build on community. Jake, we talk from time to time about the social hash rate, and this is exactly the social hash rate coming to life. And that means, the more people that become involved in the community, the more powerful the affiliate program is, but the more powerful and useful our utility token is, the more useful Uther is, because there's more people to exchange goods, and virtual services with inside the platform. And this creates more demand, which feeds on itself. There becomes more demand for goods and services like hiring a DJ for your event, or tipping a DJ, for example, clothing, unlocking features, all of these things, creating the demand for Uther. And this is just a positive feedback loop that grows and grows, just like, the Bitcoin hash rate, adding computers, you add more people. And for a utility token that is transactional, a transactional token in world, this reflects a really positive sort of aspect of money, and that drives value to the token. So, that's kind of my 10,000, 10,000, 5,000, maybe 200-foot overview. I
Yeah,
started to zoom in there a little bit, but I hope people appreciate that.
sure. Yeah. No, that's good. I did have a comment though, because if you're listening for the first time, you brushed over, and this is just I'm just outsider looking in, or trying to be at least. You brushed over social hash rate. Um, for the brand new listener, what in a elevator pitch, what does that mean?
Yeah, great question. So, people in the cryptocurrency space generally understand what the Bitcoin hash rate is, um, and that's as computers join the network, um, more and more computers join. Um, Bitcoin is set so that every 10 minutes, on average, a new block is mined. The more computers mining, the more difficult the solution the problem needs to be, in order to maintain that sort of 10-minute block mining. Um, and as more computers join the network gains value. It becomes more secure as more nodes are participating. It becomes harder to sort of hack the network with a 51% attack or anything like that. And that's what has allowed Bitcoin to stand out as it was the first mover. I'm not going to take anything away from the genius behind the coding of Bitcoin, but um, uh, the real value of Bitcoin and the reason why things like Bitcoin Cash couldn't catch on is because as the first mover, Bitcoin grabbed all the computing resources to its hash rate.
Hmm.
And as those resources got stronger and stronger, it becomes impossible to imagine another cryptocurrency, any fork, or even if there's upgraded, code, which is hard to imagine, but I imagine it's possible. It won't catch on because Bitcoin has locked in the market. And the same thing we discovered, there is something that's analogous, um, where Bitcoin is a store of value. Another function of money is as a means of transaction. It's a medium of exchange, is what it's called, right? So you can store the value like having gold bars, but you can't really buy stuff with gold bars. Um, you need to be able to convert those gold bars into some kind of proxy that can be used easily, internationally, instantaneously, to transfer that value from you to somebody else for it to really have utility. And that's where Uther comes in, is this medium of exchange where it's simple, seamless, cheap, and easy to transfer Uther between you and the person with whom you're buying or selling. But in order for a token or coin like Uther to be able to be the dominant player like Bitcoin and capture that medium of exchange aspect of money, it needs to have a social hash rate that's similar in that kind of analogous way to the computer hash rate that Bitcoin uses.
So
And
the more users that sign on or that are engaged.
right, I'm sorry, you're right. You said elevator pitch, so let me summarize. Let me summarize this, so we can give away some Uther um, uh, before we all get old. Um, the more users you have, and particularly in a metaverse environment where there's always reasons that you need to either accept value or transfer value. And that's between you and the system giving it to you, you and other users. It's a whole economy. But if you don't have enough people, that economy is slow. As you add each new user, it's like adding a new node to the Bitcoin um, hash rate. If you have 100 people, then there's 100 people with whom you can transact. You add one more user, every one of those 100 people now has another user with whom they can transact. And that user has 100 people. So as it grows, the social hash rate grows exponentially with each new user. And once you've achieved that critical mass, similar to Bitcoin, we will have the first mover advantage here, and we will become de facto the permanent unit medium of exchange. And that's the objective of Uther. So that's my quick, lengthy explanation.
Very good, very good. Okay, yeah, that's great. On top of, well, to segue that, I have a winner, the first winner
Awesome.
picked. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so we do three giveaways here every space. The first two, the third and second place are 500 Uther, grand prize being 1,000 Uther, with a potential of a 2x multiplier. The way you now qualify for the 2x multiplier is by having $ UTHR in your bio when you win. That will automatically double your prize. First prize winner of the day is at Wendy Wong 26 at WENDY WONG 26. Congratulations, you are the third place winner of the day. Uh,
Congrats, Wendy.
Congrats. Please go ahead and DM us here on Utherverse X account, and we will coordinate your winnings. Congratulations.
Yeah, that is awesome. Um,
Awesome, awesome.
awesome.
Got it.
Well. Uh, uh, Nice to give away some Uther, and oh man, I want to uh, I want to talk about. There's so much stuff that I want to talk about. Um, let's talk maybe a little bit about intellectual property. How about that?
Okay, yeah, yeah, absolutely, and yeah, absolutely. There's, and just so everyone knows, there's a lot of news on the token as well. So stay tuned all the way through for that, because
Yeah,
holders are going to be really excited.
yeah. There's even more news now on the token, so sort of saving that. Um, but just I thought I'd touch on the intellectual property because, of course, a few weeks ago there's a big hoopla that we were making about getting in touch with Radium over the raised trademark. And a few months ago, there was quite a bit of hoopla over the litigation between Utherverse Gaming and Epic Games, in which the jury validated our patent, or I say our patent, the patent that we came up with, which is owned, of course, by Utherverse Gaming. Um, and on both of those fronts, there has been considerable progress. So, you know, I'm always told not to talk about ongoing litigation. Of course, we have filed lawsuits, multiple lawsuits now, or a lawsuit against multiple parties for infringing our raised trademark. Um, and there's been quite a bit of outreach that I'll just say has happened, um, uh, and a lot of stuff that I haven't been publicizing either. Um, but you know, we have had outreach from companies even like Apple. Um, so this is big time stuff, um, and I think that the way that this is all going to play out, and on the patent side too, there's been outreach now that we have become visible from people who are finding our patents, um, and let's just say wanting to engage in business as a result. So, you know, ultimately, it's a little sketchy for me to be talking about uh, uh, outreach when, you know, obviously there's a long way to go to turn outreach into deals, or into settlements, or into licensing deals. But it's exciting. It's exciting on all of the fronts. There are new fronts which are going to open because, of course, our intellectual property portfolio in the trademark space as well as the patent space continues to gain in value and continues to grow. Um, and now that we've been visible about it, there's quite a bit of activity from, let's just say, entities that I would consider to be infringing, either on the patent side or on the trademark side. And so all of that, of course, you know, under the hood, where it doesn't directly impact the software, it doesn't directly impact the token, but it helps on with everything. It certainly creates a presence. It helps with our visibility and our position in the market, and ultimately, as I attempt to turn Utherverse into one of the top, if not the very top tech company in the world. And, you know, I'm convinced, of course, that I'm going to do it. You know, I can't promise that, but I know that we will be. I mean, the only reason my company wasn't the number one company in the world back in the '90s was because I was too far ahead, um, and that's a whole story with. I mean, let's just say with like Visa uh, saying, you know, there's an issue here. You're putting through so much money through Visa, and you don't have any receipts from the imprints of the credit cards. And me responding to the board of directors at Visa, well, you know, I don't have receipts because the cards are being used over the internet, and the deadpan response being, "What's the internet?" And that one just I remember just being mind blown, like, right, this is what I do all day every day, and I got millions of customers, and literally I'm being asked, because of course it was the early mid 90s, right, what is the internet? They had never heard of it. So, you know, got too big too fast. That is not happening this time. Now everybody knows what the internet is, everybody knows what metaverse is. I expect to take this company to be the top, one of the top. I'll give a little bit of breathing room to maybe some of these AI companies, but one of the top tech companies in the world. But on that journey, you know, having an intellectual property portfolio that everybody respects, having the legal firepower and might to be able to enforce it and demand the respect that it warrants. You know, that's a big component of standing up the company, and it also ultimately means uh, better cash flow, better financials, all of that goes to helping every aspect, give confidence to the token. Um, and, you know, I, I'm sort of two minds of the token right now. Like there's part of me that is in just total disbelief at uh, the fire sale that's happening, um, and there's part of me that is really excited about the opportunity because almost overnight, as we start to pour users in, and this is happening like in a serious way over the next couple of weeks. The supply and demand is going to be so out of whack that I think. Um, I should talk about the token as long as
Yeah,
I
I
can.
was gonna say. So with that being said, I think that, I mean, this is like probably the best time. This is like one of the highest potential tokens at this price that I think anyone could really get. And why don't you segue into that, Brian?
So we've had some real challenges um, with the token being on the decentralized exchanges, trading on DEX. Um, it's very difficult to fix errors that get reported with some of these Web3 companies that really aren't designed like proper companies. People have heard me talk about Radium and just roll my eyes like, um, you know, if you don't feel that you are responsible, then I don't know how anybody can give you the respect of, putting their money with you. But that said, we're nothing if not tenacious. So we have broken through with Dex tools. Um, the flag for mintability is officially off
All right.
now.
All right.
So that's the huge announcement. But I also believe that they have now accepted our audits. So on Dex Tools, you can check it out, and this, of course, starts to get reflected in everywhere that reports. We're really closing in on removing the final flags to be able to have Jupiter list um, the symbol officially. The one remaining problem that we have is that Dex Tools is not recognizing the Treasury wallet as being um, uncirculated supply of token. Um, so they're reporting the wrong circulating supply of token. And because of that, they're also reporting that like 97% of tokens are held by a single wallet. And that's a flag which they have listed as a red flag, that there's a scam risk. Now, we've contacted them repeatedly, and we will continue to do it through every channel until they finally correctly identify that the Treasury wallet is on circulating supply. And at that point, flags should be turned off. Our DEX tool score should go all the way up. We should be able to get the token uh, symbol officially registered on Jupiter. And then we can start to move to centralized exchanges. Then we're going to start to move to adding liquidity. Um, uh, I may be compelled to add liquidity even before that, but I'm still researching whether I want to add it as locked liquidity or unlocked liquidity. I'm kind of not anxious to do it through Radium anymore, so I got to find another secured way to add liquidity. But in any event, that's the game plan on the token, and that will finally have everything cleaned up, reporting properly, and then the trust that the community has will be broadcast to anybody who is even considering coming in for the token, um, and that's a game changer.
Yeah, the huge, huge game changer. And we so before we even launched this token, we had trunks. We've been really building the community and giving really trinkets and value to the community along the way. But to me, this is kind of the biggest thing for value, because especially right now at the price of the token, um, it's there's been a lot of FOMO, I think, or yeah, I mean more like FUD because of these problems, the issues that you're talking about, Brian,
Right.
and
You know,
we don't really address them in other than on our Discord and here live,
and
and
I
so
would say, Jake, you just said something that triggered my brain here. Um, if if I know that a project is real and I see that project's token selling off because of FUD that I know is not real, that is almost like insider trading. I mean, you almost, because you're listening to the space, you're hearing the updates. I mean, you see that the company's been around for, it's going to be 21 years. The company is almost old enough to start drinking in the US. Um, I mean, that blows my mind when I think about it, But with all of the stuff backing the company, to see a flag that gets reported that is obviously untrue, that there's a fraud risk, that there's some kind of scam risk, right? Um, it really presents a huge opportunity for people in the know. So you know I'll sort of leave that right there for everybody to mull over. But yeah, you're right, there's been a lot of fun, and I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know. uh, but it's exciting to be proving everybody who's been fudding this thing to prove them wrong.
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's just one of those things. Especially with the things that we're not able to even talk about today. It's this token price that, in my opinion, not financial
well,
advice, but it's a very, very, very discounted based on our trajectory.
yeah. I mean, some of the things that you know well, I'll touch on, but not allowed to really discuss, like the big brand names, um, because the deal isn't inked yet. But we're planning an event for next month, early part of next month, a series of events, and we're going to be seeing, this is through one of our sovereigns here, the Mindy Sovereign, connecting us up with really connecting us up so that they can host a big event to reveal their launch. And they've got huge. It will be announced when the deal is inked. But super cool stuff going on the sovereign front. Um, Super cool stuff like going on the Steam front. I mean, we're gearing up and about to launch the classic product on Steam. I should let you give away some money, and then we can sort of chit chat about all these
Yeah,
random.
sure, absolutely. So let me just, I was just doing that right now. Give me 1 second here. While I'm doing this, I know we have a hand up here. Let's take a question while I pick. Sci-fi. Hey, how you doing? Welcome up. You're up with Brian. Sci-fi man. Sci-fi man. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
You there?
Looks like he's having some mic difficulties. I saw him unmute there, and
Yeah,
nothing comes through.
Well, then,
I
how
see.
about Death? Why don't you say a few words?
How are you all? Hope you're all having a great day, great morning, or great afternoon wherever you are in the world. It's a beautiful day here in Australia, so always a fun time. Very bullish on all this information. If you aren't, well, don't know what else to tell you. This is huge. Definitely some cool things coming. And just in time as well, we're coming to the big next swing of quarter four, looking very, very good. And I don't think it could have came at a better time, honestly. It's perfectly aligned with the market. So very keen on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Charts looking healthy.
Uptober and Alttober, and I'll tell you, I mean, uh, yeah, discipline. God, I want to say some things, but discipline.
There's only so much you could say.
I believe, let's just say, uh, in my crystal ball, I see a lot of new wallets are going to be coming online starting next week, maybe even starting this weekend, but certainly with the things that we've got rolling starting next week. I based on the deals that I mean, I was hoping to ink the deal today, the one that I'm thinking of.
Brian, I'm gonna cut you off
Okay,
there. Yeah, sorry, I don't usually ever do that, but let's just wait for that
all
to
right, all right,
you know.
right. You're right. Give away some money. Thank you for stopping me from saying.
I don't think I've ever done that, but I'm sorry I had to step in. Okay, so I have a second place winner. Um, I'm on their page right now. I don't see the 2x multiplier signifier, which is if you have $UTHR in your bio when we pick you, you automatically get a 2x multiplied on your prize. But that's okay. You're still a winner. Congratulations to at Maxwell underscore SA 97497. It goes by John Wick. One more time, that's at Maxwell underscore SA 97497. Congratulations. Please go ahead and DM us here on Utherverse X account and we'll coordinate your prize. Congratulations.
Nice, congrats. All right, Sci-Fi, I think you're ready to go. Oh, false start.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's still got some mic issues there.
Sci-Fi. I'm gonna pull you off the stage and then invite you back on, and then maybe that'll help. We had a bunch of questions from last week that came in after the space, Brian.
Okay.
That I think we should get to right now. So we had 3 or 4 Gen 2 trunk holders reaching out about the ETH give back. So so if you're not a trunk holder, our Gen 2 trunks are their FNFTs. They came with a certain amount of ETH. Basically, the ETH that you spent on them, you will receive back when they are opened in World. And these people just wanted to know, Brian, when in World will they be able to open them?
Yeah. So, um, the in order to be able to open the trunks in World and gain access to the contents of the trunk in World, we need to complete the several systems that are on the roadmap, but um, the completion of those systems ultimately gives us is when we're going to launch into out of beta live into version 1.0. Systems include user housing. Now, we built the foundation for user housing, of course, but the trunks contain your Zabi various apartments, your luxury apartment, your penthouse apartment. And until we have the user housing system complete and available, we can't do that. Similarly, the clothing system, this is a system which is coming up before the user housing. And the clothing system, in order for you to be able to use all of the FNFTs and the various uh, um, uh, what's the word? Clothes and accessories is the word I'm searching for. The clothing system needs to be completed, and the outfit system needs to be completed. These are not systems which are too far off in the future, but I would be looking, into next year. Of course, once those systems are completed, they open up much more than just the trunks. Um, this opens up the economy for things like being able to purchase objects, clothing, to become a clothing designer in the Xeon system, to be able to become what we call a decorator, so that people can open businesses. So it creates this whole new economy that we have seen is massively successful in our classic system. So we're replicating that. But in order to do that, first we needed really to streamline and get the operation going so that we could host an unlimited number of users, get the network all optimized, make sure that the bugs were out of the general character systems and the general animation systems, for example. And in fact, we're still doing a little bit of cleanup there. I mean, one of the things that you might notice is, you go into the movie theater for karaoke, for a movie screening, and everybody's standing around because, for example, part of the sitting system was broken or buggy. So you can sit, but eventually something happens and your avatar is standing. So that's cleaned up. We're going to patch, and then we're going to turn to the event system, which is almost done. That opens up user events, users being able to reserve regions. And that opens up a massive part of the economy in world. It opens up the play to earn. It opens up, the gamification systems. Then we're turning our attention to there's actually three systems that need to be built in order for the trunks to open. I've talked about two of them. A third one is really, it's not public facing, but it's sort of what I in shorthand refer to as web calls. It's distributed content. And so this is really a system that allows sovereigns to be created and allows fine customization. It allows uh, uh, our metaverse to be updated on the fly instead of requiring a patch. So things can be changed, moved, altered. You can put something on sale, you can change out the artwork, and you don't really need to wait at all if you've got a sovereign. Those systems in place and the trunks open. So,
Great. Okay.
yeah,
Well, that's a great answer. So when everything goes, essentially when everything goes live as the full the grand opening, let's say, right?
yeah, yeah. And I see as we lead up to that, of course, the countdown and then the patience on the trunks starts to really pay off because everybody sees that there is real utility to everything in the trunks, the rarity to FNFTs, and these things will start to be able to have a liquid market. So really bringing a bunch of users in, the users demanding their own unique sort of clothes and accessories, and bam, that ignites the marketplace.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, awesome. And okay, so also I wanted to say this. You spoke on this earlier, and if okay, so everyone that's listening right now, if you're listening, go ahead and put some clap emojis if you're here to win money and you like to win money. We're all here. We all, we're right before the big push, the alt season. Um, let's see those. Let's see all of those emojis because there's another way that Otherverse allows people to win money or earn money, and that's the affiliate program. And Brian, you touched on that earlier, and the affiliate program is actually it's one way to get in early, to allow yourself to have your own affiliate link and to invite people into Otherverse, and any money they spend in world, you'll get a percentage of that. This link won't be. I'm not going to keep this link up for forever on here, but I put it in the bird's nest. So that link right there, app.xeon.io/affiliates. Go ahead and sign up. It'll get you'll sign up for your own account. You'll sign up for your affiliate account. It'll give you your affiliate link, and as your friends join and they spend money in Otherverse,
Well,
um,
I need to clarify that a little bit there, Jake.
sure, yeah.
The affiliate program now is dialed into the upgrades that they spend. So, the user to user economy, like if you buy clothing in the world, that's those
Oh yeah,
those commissions go to the clothing designer. It's not part of the affiliate program, but it's the upgrade path, the monthly recurring. And that's where the bread and butter is anyway. That's the main value.
pass.
So, yeah,
Yep. Thank you. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, perfect. No, great clarification. So yes, it's still a way to earn, still a way to earn passive income every month. If you're a creator, if you're an influencer, and you want to add to your passive income, or if you're just someone that needs passive income, sign up there. Link is at the top in the bird's nest.
Yeah, and now is a great time. I mean, with a massive increase in events. And by the way, I forgot. I wanted to highlight another thing. With the last patch, we added all kinds of things to do in Xeon and in the Utherverse Plaza and in the Red Light Center Sovereign and Mindy. There's all kinds of things to do. Um, we have a wiki going, but we're going to start to um, uh, we're going to start to promote because it's not being communicated. I've seen a bunch of people coming in uh, uh, to the welcome center, and they ask, what's new, what is there to do, and uh, there's a lot of confusion. So we're going to start to highlight in posters in the welcome center and little videos, and we're going to have some sort of I want to say a welcome party, but it's more like almost an orientation where there'll be prizes and dancing and fun stuff. But that will introduce people to many more of the features and the gamification and the fun stuff that's involved that you can already do. Beyond just the regular events that are huge anyway, like karaoke. I mean, it's so much fun. There's other trivia, comedy, and now we've got, of course, a music festival. So, that's something to do.
Absolutely,
And
yeah,
Tori,
and it's just getting started. If you ever played Classic, the way I kind of tie it in, it's like when Otherverse is fully built out, it's a more advanced, high resolution version of Roblox.
Yeah, I mean, really, it has all of the features of Roblox, except it's much higher fidelity, and you can also it's also for adults where you can do commerce and business and fashion and shopping and real estate. I mean, so it really hits all of these areas. But I often talk to investors about the path where once such a huge so many people in the current generation have grown up playing Roblox, and as they get older they stop finding it as entertaining, but they're looking to graduate to something familiar like that.
Yep.
And graduating from Roblox to Otherverse is just a natural path where work becomes fun. You're putting on a trade show. You're becoming an influencer just by sharing your TikTok and inviting people because you're sharing your screen, and giving away prizes and all the gamification elements. I mean, it almost becomes a Twitch. Just that one aspect becomes like Twitch TV for everything, not just for video games. But to be able to build your mansion, except it's really a mansion, and when you put on a VR headset, you're watching in your theater, your home theater, or on your private jet. I mean, it really is like the Matrix, the holodeck, and graduate all the kids that have grown up, the millions, tens of millions on Roblox. I expect them to be our customers.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the word. In 10 years, the world's going to look very different, and I think that this technology is going to really be a part of that.
No doubt, no doubt.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's see. Sci-fi. Let's try it again. You're back on stage. See if your mic's working. Nope. Still nothing.
All right. Well, next week, my man.
Next week, yeah, give her a try, or maybe you want to leave. Yeah, we're pretty much there. If you want to also comment or DM us, we'll get your question, then can answer it live on air next week, or just respond to you in the DMs. Okay, well, very good. I have the grand prize winner
Awesome.
picked. Okay, so with that being said, grand prize winner is I don't see the 2x multiplier in their bio, the $ UTHR, but that's okay. Still great. Grand prize winner of the day is at Gabby, GABII 2598. Again, that's GABII 2598. Congratulations, you are the grand prize winner of the day. Go ahead and DM us here at Utherverse on X, and we will coordinate your prize. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. And to everybody who tuned in, congrats. Um, please show all of our DJs some love. You could start today in an hour. You could actually come in right now and do the pre-party, but we got DJ James UV is kicking off our autumn of music, and watch our X or our Instagram. We're promoting the DJs. The DJs are promoting us. It's going to be ongoing, multiple times a day. Just the cure for boredom, the cure for feeling lonely. Even if you're watching a show on your other screen, come in, dance. Listen to the DJ, earn prizes. It's really at Club Rhythm. If you haven't checked out the new clubs, I mean, it's just an amazing way to spend time. It's hard to describe it until you've done it, but you'll laugh, you'll feel like you went out and had a night on the town, and it's all from the safety and privacy of your home. So give it a shot. Show the DJs love. Let's make this music festival huge. Sign up in the affiliate program. Bring some people in to World, and let's start blowing this project up.
All right, all right. Well said, Brian. Well said. Uh, Congratulations. We will be back here again next week. Um, this same time, same place. Thank you so much again for everything. Everybody be good. And also, we'll be back with regular bumper music again next week. But thanks for bearing with us. Congratulations to the winners, and also to the big winners, all the Uther holders here, because it's about to get wild here. Congratulations. Thank you all. Be good.
Congrats. Thanks all. Thanks, Jake. Well
Thank you.
done.
Thanks,
Take care,
Brian. Great
everybody.
job. Bye.